there's only a limited amount of tier lists you can do. And I thought we do like a weekly prediction of every fight card. And I also, but probably only for UFC events, I want to do matchmaking, but only after UFC events. So after this one, I want to do a matchmaking also. But today I want to make a prediction video. So first of all, just to make it clear, I'm not like a pro, and I also don't know every fighter. So I will skip some and maybe check some details. But yeah, I'm gonna skip the ones I don't know. For example, first two matchups, no clue, both. Then, so also no prediction. I guess I'll go with the one that has the better odds. Okay, so this one, so this guy, Ryan Spann, I always felt like he has potential, but I don't know, maybe he doesn't train enough, or it feels like he can't unlock his full potential. This guy, I don't know much about him, but I know that he is on a winning streak. So let's see, because this guy is like sometimes he surprises you and sometimes it's a complete letdown. Oh, by the way, I see it's heavyweight, so he usually fights light heavyweight. So yeah, that's hard to say. My prediction is this guy wins. Lukas Brzeski. I don't know if this is how you pronounce it. Okay, Lukas Brzeski. Okay, so next fight, Jimmy Crute versus Marcin Pracchino. I know Jimmy Crute. I really like the guy. I will never forget his fight against Anthony Smith when his leg like weirdly gave up, and I felt so bad for him because you clearly saw he wants to fight, but the doctor stopped it because he kept yeah, it was very weird. You have to look it up if you're interested. But yeah, this guy is almost like him. I always felt like he has like a hidden potential, but never quite reached the point. I'm pretty sure he's like 2-4 maybe. Let's see. Oh, he has 2 draws. What the hell? That's crazy. Draw, loss, win. Oh my god, this guy got done dirty. So not the best. Let's check this guy. Also loss, win, loss. Win, loss, win. Literally, he's literally winning, losing, winning, losing, winning, losing. So he lost. That means he's about to win again, because that's how his streak works. Lose, win, lose, win. Yeah, I'll go with this guy because his record doesn't look good, and as I said, like he's like cursed, I don't know. So I go with Marcin Pracchino, both Polish guys, our neighbors. We have to keep together. No, just kidding, but I really like Poland. The people are so funny. Oh, I forgot he fights too. So, guys, Germany is pretty trash when it comes to UFC. We had like 3 fighters, maybe 2 or 3 fighters that stood out a bit, but not really. Never had a champion. I don't know if we ever had even a top 10 guy. popular, and maybe in the future we will see more talent from Germany. Here I'm gonna be biased, completely honest, so I will go for him. But if you want to hear my unbiased opinion, even if he wasn't from Germany, I would think he wins. This guy is very solid. It's such a crazy story because this guy used to, or maybe still is, like a supermodel. I'm not even kidding. He's basically rich already because he was modeling, but he chose the fighting career. That's respectable as hell. Like, not bad, you know. So I really hope he wins. Daumen drücken, how you say in German. And let's hope he wins. And I also predict that he wins. Oh, okay, so this was the Ultimate Fighter winner, which was hyped in extremely, but I think he lost both his fights in the UFC so far. Yeah, he lost both. So kind of a tricky situation. Like if he loses another one, he might be out. And what's with this guy? Only one fight and he won. Oh my god, this is so hard. But you know, I will go with him because if you're desperate, you can unlock potential. You know, if you really think, oh my god, I have to win or I'm out of the UFC. Of course, there are people, they crumble under that pressure, but others rise. And also, it's again our neighbors. I'm a bit EU biased. And yeah, I will just predict that he wins, but I have no clue to be honest. Oh yo, sorry, ambulance. So I'd be honest, no clue who these guys are. I don't even want to make a prediction. This fight also, guys, like I just went by winning like this the score and like my psychological evaluation, but I have no actual clue or like details on how they fight and everything. So yeah, and no clue about those two. So no prediction either. Okay, so these guys I know. I really like Vettori. I'll never forget when he had his shorts on backwards for the photo. Guys, if you haven't seen this, look for Marvin Vettori backwards shorts and you will see it. It's so funny. This is a grudge match. So they both really don't like each other. I think they even swung at each other in backstage. So we can probably expect a banger. I hope so. Vittori, absolute tank. This guy has a diamond chin. It's not even iron, it's diamond. This guy, like, I mean, he has to have CTE when he gets older, but he really has an iron chin. I think they both come off a loss, but the Vettori loss was very, very close. And he also lost to Cannonier. Yeah, this was very, very close, so I would say it could have gone both ways. And this was also decision. So this guy doesn't get finished, it's always decisions. And he either wins or loses, so you gotta give it to him. And Brandon Allen also comes off 2 losses. So yeah, nice matchmaking also, gotta say. Pretty even. Imavov. Yeah, so I go with Marvin Vittori. I don't know, I think he also fought the bigger competition so far. Always proved himself. Never got really dominated. I mean, easy dormitory. I think he gets it done. No, like, I have absolutely no clue who this is, but I know who this is, and I think he's on a pretty good winning streak. Yeah, 3 wins, and one of the is a Nurmagomedov, so this must mean something. And Simone is always also pretty good. Okay, respectable. I will go for this guy. As I said, I have no idea who that is. Literally never heard. Okay, he won versus Font and Munoz. And also Barcelos, who won a couple of good fights recently. Okay, man, this is harder, but I will still go for this guy. Zellhuber versus Johnson. I mean, he's the younger guy. He, on paper, should win. Pretty good fighter. But Johnson is always good for a surprise. I would say it's like the classic young guy versus experienced guy matchup. He has a puncher's chance and also an experienced chance. But on paper, I say he should win. I mean, the odds are also pretty. I don't know. Like, this guy, he surprised me in in 2 of his last fights. Okay, that win was a bit surprising, but this guy's also, I don't know. And he knocked some other guy out. Maybe it was this guy. Yeah, like a classic gatekeeper kind of guy, but early gatekeeper. Yeah, I will go for Zellhuber. Ige versus Pitbull. Okay, whoa, the odds are for him. I did not think that. So this guy came from Bellator. Actually, really dominated in Bellator. Very well rounded. I mean, his first performance in UFC didn't look this good, but you gotta imagine, you finally arrive in UFC, it's your first fight, the arena is much bigger than Bellator events, everyone expects you to deliver and stuff, and then you get an opponent like Yair Rodriguez, who is probably very hard to deal with, I mean, the competition in general is already a huge step up to Bellator, but yeah, Yair Rodriguez, very, very hard enemy, very unorthodox, and I don't know, he didn't even look particularly bad, he just looked like he was scared to let it go somehow, like maybe he didn't want to get knocked out in his first fight, all the people watching, and maybe that was the problem, I don't really know, but I don't give up in him. Ige is, again, a bit like these two guys to me. There is moments where you are like, oh my god, this guy, could actually become champ, and then he loses the weirdest fights sometimes. Like, for example, let's check his page. Yeah, this was very clean, by the way. Very clean. Maybe early stoppage, but still. Okay, this was a close fight, and I think he was about to win and then did a mistake at the end. Okay, losing to Lopez is forgivable. One against Philly. Yeah, this was, for example, a weird loss. I mean, I know Bryce Mitchell is epic guy, but I mean, this guy has a better record than I remember. He really only lost to very good guys. for Pitbull. I don't know. I think he wants to prove a point in this fight. I think maybe also the people around him told him to let it go. Like, just be a Pitbull. It's your name. But I can see it going either way. That's why also the chances are so slim. But yeah, I will go for Pitbull. So yeah, if I'm wrong, you can make fun of me. Okay, now the 3 last fights. So Kevin Holland versus D-Rod, Daniel Rodriguez. Guys, Kevin Holland, 45-70. I hope he stays on the road he is right now. It seems like, I don't know, maybe it was the podcast, but it feels like something in him made click, and he starts to take it more serious. This guy is one of my absolute favorite fighters. I think it's so based and awesome that this guy just keeps fighting and fighting. Like, some people criticized him for being, not taking it too serious, because he kept saying, I don't care about being champion, I just want to make money, so that's why I fight as many times as possible. And guys, he already fought 3 times this year, and it's July, and now the 4th fight comes in July. And he also said, I think he wants to go for a very good run, most wins in a year or something like that. So, try hard Kevin Holland, I think, could really be a thing. I mean, his losses, this guy seems to be insanely good. This was at middleweight, I think, which is not his weight class. I say he should stay in welterweight, definitely. Yeah, this was a nasty armbar, I think, or something like that. MVP, legendary fighter, nothing to worry about losing. Yeah, this guy also only loses to the best, or if it's not his weight class. But yeah, 2 clean wins this year. Look, by the way, I just have to show you, look how much this guy fought in UFC already. And then again, I will show you, look, it doesn't stop. Okay, so his first fight was 2018, 7 years ago, and now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 fights in 7 fucking years. And check out what caliber of guys he fought, man. Santos, Alan Hernandez, both guys that are top 15 now. Buckley, who had an insane run at welterweight. By the way, little side story. The clip where he tells Buckley, yo, wipe off the booger, and he wipes the booger off, and just 1 second later he knocks him down. Yeah, then we have Sosa, weirdest knockout ever. Vettori, Brunson, Shimaev, Wonderboy. Like, this guy fought the best fighters ever. He is also solid, but I think Kevin Holland is unlocked right now, and I will go for him. I say he will win. And next fight is Paulo Costa versus Roman Kopylov. So, Paulo Costa, also one of my favorite fighters. Such a funny guy. I don't know, I just think he's funny. And also, I am a bit disappointed how his career went on. fight IQ or something, but he's a very hard worker. Insane weight cut, like this guy is almost heavyweight outside of fight week. Brawler, aggression, go forward, power puncher, just pretty straightforward, but also technique, like he almost wheel kick KO'd Robert Whittaker, so you gotta give it to him. And he also, even though I think he's 1-4 in his last fights, look who he lost against: Adesanya, champion; Whittaker, champion; Strickland, champion; just Vettori, and this was very, very close. And honestly, it's just because Vettori had his diamond chin. I think any other person would have lost this fight against Costa. And yeah, the Rockhold fight was, I don't know, not that convincing, but yeah, I'm not giving up on him, definitely. This guy also, he looks good, but also looked kinda shaky. This fight could have been a loss for him. Okay, so, the odds are for him. Honestly, I will go for Paulo Costa. He took a year off. I think he focused. He took the year off, trained a lot, got his head in the right position. And I think he will get it done. By the way, maybe I should also, for the main card, maybe I will do some predictions. Like I say, this will be a finish. This will be also submission finish. This will be knockout or TKO by him. And this also, I say, knockout or TKO. And maybe even first or second round. Like I would say it like this: either he bulldozes him away early, or this guy probably wins, because maybe it's just because I have the recent fight in memory most, but this guy was almost at the brink of getting finished, and then he came back, so I feel like he has early problems but comes back later. So my prediction is Paulo Costa by finish, but if it goes to distance, he will win. And now the last fight, the main fight, the main event of the evening. Fighting out of... No, okay, let's stop. So Holloway versus Dustin Poirier for the BMF belt, baddest mother ever. Awesome belt. I don't know, some people hate it. I think it's a funny idea, and it's always banger fights, so fuck it, why not? Dustin Poirier retirement fight, very sad. Another legend gone. Today I watched the interview, and he said he's definitely retiring. He wouldn't even come back for a title shot. So I guess it's the last fight for good. But you never know. Other people said the same. Aldo made a comeback. Other people made a comeback. So who knows? You gotta think like this. Fighters, for them fighting is their whole life. And when they retire, sometimes they realize, oh my god, there's something missing. And so they pick it up again. But yeah, he says he's definitely retiring, so let's see. Holloway, I mean, bro, he really looked good at lightweight, not gonna lie. Got a nasty knockout by Topuria. I mean, guys, Poirier looked very good versus Makhachev. You can say what you want, but might have been the best of all the recent opponents of Makhachev. This is hard, man. This one is very hard. Like, first of all, I hope we get a stand and bang, even though he is definitely not only a striker, but I would say Holloway definitely prefers striking. So I just hope for a nice striking battle. I don't know. I think I will go with Poirier. More experience in lightweight. He definitely is heavier than him, I think. So, harder punches. He also, I think you get a buff when it's your retirement fight. So you really gonna try hard, I think. And he had a solid run. Like, the only two guys he lost was Makachev and, oh wait, he lost against Gaethje. I forgot. I mean, he's also lose, win, lose, win, lose, win. Let's see, this is even another example. Yeah, I will go for Poirier, but I think it will go to a decision. I say they will bang for 5 rounds. I think they like each other, or at least don't dislike each other. So I could imagine that no one swings for the bleachers, and they will just bang it out, maybe like a very hard sparring session. Yeah, I would say decision and Poirier win. And yeah, so let's see, guys. Please tell me your prediction in the comments if you have any predictions. I'm really curious. I really want to hear about your predictions. And after 218, we can discuss together on how much I had right and wrong. And then also, as I mentioned, I want to make a matchmaking video afterwards. So let's see. But the matchmaking I will probably only make for main event fights and maybe not even all of them. Or maybe like the most interesting ones, because for example, look, this fight, it's on main card, but unranked versus unranked, 13 versus unranked, 11 versus unranked, and there's 110, 11 and 112, 15 fight in the prelims. So maybe I will, ignore them and instead put those two or something like that. But yeah, let's see. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video.